Hi there, this is Becca with Amazing Paper Grace, and today I'm going to show you a technique. I made this little bag. I made one earlier this year, and it has kind of a unique half moon cut. I call it partial cutting, and a lot of people have written and asked me how I did that, so I thought I would show you that while I show you how I made this little bag. It's less than an hour project, and it's perfect for a little gift, and let's get started. Okay, so I already have the two sides of my bag cut, so now I'm going to show you how to cut in the handle. We'll start with one side, and I've used paper that has a top and a bottom, so I've made this mistake before. I'm just going to show you something I do that seems kind of silly, but it really does help out in the end, and that's label. I know that I want this to be the top and this to be the bottom, so I put that on there. Now let's get our circle. We'll situate the circle. Let's see. Move that more over here. We'll situate the circle. Now I know I want the circle to be roughly an inch from the top. And then you can eyeball it from the sides and center it. And then I'm going to take a long piece of tape to secure it. I'm going to put my tape line where I want the cutting to stop. So I know I want to cut from notch to notch on this particular cutout. That's just a good visual marking point. And so I've got some very low-tack tape here that really helps. Okay, so now I have it marked, and my goal is to cut this circle all the way down to this line. So I have my grain caliber in front of me. The sandwich that you normally make is your base plate. So what I'm going to do is, as you would normally do, you would put your die down with the cutting side up. And I want to flip this over because I want to look and line it up. And I'm going to line it up with the top of my tape, and then I'm going to take some additional tape, and on the other side I'm going to tape it down so that it doesn't shift. So that's part of my sandwich, and then the other would be my cutting plate. I use both sides of my cutting plate, and I don't really want this to shift, so I'm going to actually take and put just put some tape on both sides of my sandwich to kind of keep that intact. And now let me roll that through. And it doesn't matter if you lead with this edge or if you end with this edge, as I'm doing. You're going to get the same result both ways. So we're almost there. Okay, so let's just take off the tape. And that is a half cut. Take off this tape. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to get your scoreboard or a ruler and match up the edges of the cut and fold that down. And so that gets taped down, and it actually finishes off the inside. So now to finish up this bag, I've already cut another side. So let me score those down too. Okay, so now I have both, and you're also going to need a long strip of paper that is 12 inches long. You'll score in at 3 inches, you'll flip, and you'll score in from the edge 3 inches. Tall-wise, you'll score in a 1/2 inch, and on the other side a 1/2 inch, and then snip where your score lines are. And then I've already taped this. so this is going to go down on the inside like so. Okay, so I took a second to square that up and to tape that down and to just make sure my edges were nice and neat and even, and there you have it. So that's called half cutting, and you can do just about any shape you want on the inside as long as you have a way to mark it and a guide so that you can half cut it. So I hope you'll give us a try. As you can see, it is just as easy as it looks. Thanks, and we'll see you soon with another Becca Bit.